today we ask, is there a war on Christmas? Okay, let me clarify what I meant in that opening statement. I didn't mean, was there a war going on over the Christmas period or wars? We all know, depressingly, that there are way too many conflicts, and every conflict is too many, going on in the world at the moment, wars and revolutions and various upheavals. And my heart goes out to anyone in any part of the world who happens to be caught up in one of these terrible situations. What I meant was, is there a war in general on behalf of the leaders in our society here? I'm talking predominantly about Ireland and the UK. The people at the top, the people who decide on the direction and the frame of our society and the shape that it should take. Is there a war on their behalf against Christmas? The idea of Christmas, the pageantry and traditions of Christmas, and the whole idea that it's a time of year where we come together as a society. Have they decided this is no longer necessary and that all of this has to be downplayed, if not ridiculed and mocked in certain ways? It seems to me that although Christmas is still obviously a very powerful and potent time of year in the public consciousness, there's a lot of sniping from the sides, from the sidelines, by the people at the top, as if it's a little bit embarrassing. They don't quite like it. It's a bit awkward. They really don't like it. They'd love to ban it if they could, for the greater good, as they would see it. In a multicultural society, having a kind of Christian festival, a Christian time of year, is a little bit embarrassing for these people. I'll tell you who else didn't like it. The communists. And you look at any communist takeover of a country, I'm talking about particularly, say, the Soviet Union, once the Bolsheviks got in there. One of the first things they did was destroy the churches and destroy church festivals and feasts. Christmas was gone. Everything was just obliterated. It was deemed unnecessary. In fact, it was even deemed harmful. They didn't want anything to do with it. It all had to be airbrushed out. And they did that quite successfully for 70 or 80 years. It's coming back now. But that's what communists do. And I'm seeing more and more, and possibly you may be too, in our societies here, that people on ground level, like you and I, we love Christmas. I mean, we look forward to Christmas. Some of our best, fondest, happiest memories are Christmas orientated. Who can forget those memories as a child, the Christmas morning, the lead up to Christmas? Young people, kids were counting down the days to Christmas from about mid-July. It was a magical time of year. So many amazing things happened around Christmas. There was the carol services, the writing your list to Santa. There was the whole Santa's grotto, and there was the whole thing in schools. There was plays and pageants and cribs being made, and there was so much effort and wonderful pageantry and tradition went into the whole period leading up to Christmas and around Christmas. Everybody was looking forward to the holidays. Might even get a bit of snow. The Christmas music would start coming on the radio. The Christmas ads for toys would start coming on the TV. It was just, there was so much amazing things tied into this whole thing. And I know it's a Christian festival and it's around, the birth of Christ and all of the Christian ideology that goes with the whole event. But you didn't even have to be a dyed-in-the-wool mass or service attending hardline Christian to enjoy it and to savour it and to love it, the whole ambience of the thing. It was a societal thing. It was something that bound us all together, rich and poor alike. Didn't matter if you're the bank manager or if you're just a lad sweeping the roads. It didn't matter. Not that there's anything wrong with sweeping the roads. It's a lofty endeavour. What I'm getting at is it wasn't to do with status. It was everybody could enjoy it in their own way, on their own level. Marvellous. Wonderful. Aside from the Christian aspect, in terms of a societal time of year, it was a great mechanism for happiness People made extra efforts. People tried to be kinder. People were all caught up in this excitement, this anticipation, buying presents, wondering about what presents they might get, and the whole Christmas turkey thing and the feast that would go on. It was a marvellous time for a society in general to be happy, and even for the few days or even weeks to forget about the other problems they might have in their lives. They were looking forward to this time in particular. But now it seems to me, more and more with each passing year, that as the societal elites, the governments and the people who run the society, as they move more and more to this multicultural model where we have influxes of people from different cultures, perhaps who don't have anything to do with Christmas, don't celebrate Christmas and have no interest in Christmas, that the elites are now embarrassed by the whole Christmas thing. They think, it's a bit awkward, we really have to bend over backwards to accommodate these new people. Bearing in mind, of course, they chose to come here. We don't send out press gangs around the world and huddle them into ships and sail them here. No, they chose to come here and knew where they were going to, and one would assume knew something of the culture and heritage of the place they were coming to. So why this is an issue, it really baffles me, but it is an issue. It's like, no, we have to now dismantle as much as we can all of our traditions in our societies going back centuries, if not longer, to accommodate people who might feel a bit left out. And Christmas seems to be in the crosshairs of a lot of this now. There seems to be a deliberate downplaying, a deliberate poo-pooing of the whole ambiance, of the whole traditional aspect of Christmas, because, as they might see it, well, people who don't celebrate Christmas, i.e. people who have come to our part of the world to live or work, well, they might feel a bit kind of out of place, they might feel a bit awkward, so therefore we'll just dismantle everything we've been doing for millennia just to accommodate a small section of people who have arrived. And I think that's a terribly, terribly sad situation. It doesn't happen in other cultures. They understand the value of their cultural heritage and history. It seems we here in the West can't wait to get rid of ours. And I would say this, and this is what I believe: whatever you do not protect, be prepared to lose, because you will lose it. Eventually, someone will come and just take it away. You have to protect things. Other cultures seem to know this in spades, but we here in the West, well, for some reason, the elites at least, seem to think, no, we've moved beyond all that oldie worldy way of thinking. We've moved beyond that. We don't need any of this anymore. Yes, it's like something straight out of the Bolshevik playbook. We don't need any of that stuff anymore. That's all old hat. We'll just throw that in the dustbin. It serves no purpose. And to that point, I just wanted to make this video, and I just wanted to show you a couple of quick examples. And I'll throw it open to the floor. You can tell me what you think. Is there a concerted attempt on behalf of certain sections of society, the ones at the top, to basically downplay, if not completely demean and mock, our traditional values and cultural norms, so that we just have a bland, beige, wallpaper paste version of this, tastes of nothing, and it looks like nothing and it feels like nothing. That seems to be where they're trying to take us, so that we'll just be pale, beige imitations of what used to be a vibrant palette of colours. Well, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a positive thing, and I think it's a bad thing for society as a whole. So let's take a few examples that I just happened to come across, just to highlight my point. And you can probably give me others. I'm sure there's plenty of these if you go looking for them, and you may have come across some in your own daily life. Exhibit 1, my lord. So here you can see an Irish textbook. It's a school book for children to learn Irish, the Irish language. As you can see, it is Oscailge, as we say over here. And you can see it's a Christmas scene. There's a Christmas tree in the middle there. There's a lot of Christmas markety stuff going on there. All looks rather happy and wonderful. Everybody seems happy. All very multicultural, of course. But up in the top right-hand corner, you can see Plúis Daidín an Nullig. That's basically Irish for Father Christmas. And it's Santa's grotto. A reindeer flying overhead. And you can see parents and children queuing up there, anxious to go in and tell Santa what they want for Christmas. And of course the parents are listening because they have to go and buy the stuff, but the kids don't know that. Anyway, all very traditional. You have the, Ferris wheel there, Ruchmore. It's all very traditional and happy, and what I would see as indicative of the old school Irish Christmas. Now, fast forward to present day 2024. Same textbook for the present batch of children reading it. And it's been revised. How so? Well, like this. Now, as you can immediately see, much of the scene is as it was in 2017. But wait a minute, what's this? Up in the right-hand corner, it seems something has changed. Why, yes! Why, Santa's grotto is gone! And the reindeer flying overhead, all gone, replaced with a pizza stand. Yes, that's right, a pizza stand in a Christmas scene. Santa, the reindeer, have left the building, nowhere to be seen. And what of the famous, at least over here, the iconic Dublin Christmas lights? The streets were always festooned with everything Christmassy. You would go shopping in the city centre and everywhere you went would just be this radiation of joy from the lights and the symbolism. Well, it's all changed now. Now, Dublin City Council, in their wisdom, being very modern and being very politically correct, of course, to all our new to the parish people, have rebranded it. It's no longer Christmas lights. Sorry, folks, the Christmas lights are out. It's now called Dublin Winter Lights. One can't help wondering, what exactly are Dublin City Council celebrating here? Is it the season of winter? Is it winter weather? Is it cold weather in general? Well, who the hell knows? It's bland and it means absolutely nothing to anyone. This is how civilizations die. And what of these winter lights? Not Christmas lights, of course. Well, they're in 18 locations around the capital city. Well, let's have a look at a few and see if it puts you in the Christmas spirit. Or maybe it puts you in the winter spirit. Well, let's check in on Bank of Ireland, College Green, in the heart of Dublin. And what have we got here? It looks on the face of it to be a shoal of fish swimming gently on by. I'm not exactly feeling any Christmas spirit from that. Certainly no sign of Santa Claus or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Could be a new trailer for an upcoming version of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, possibly. But I'll tell you what it isn't. Christmas is what it isn't. But let's not be too hasty. Let's pop on over to the National Museum, see what they've got going on. Possibly something very Christmassy. Wait a minute, what's this? What's going on here now? This looks like some kind of video that somebody's just taken when they were off on safari in Kenya, some part of Africa. And what's the Cyberman doing there? What's he got to do with it all? Doesn't look very Santa-like to me. Hasn't even got a beard. Yes. Again, I'm not feeling it, guys. I'm not feeling the Christmas cheer. It's not radiating outwards. It's just something like David Attenborough would make. Okay, so it was a bad start, I admit, a bad start on the Christmas front. But let's finally just go to the heart of the capital, the GPO, the General Post Office, the birth of the nation. Surely Dublin City Council can't fuck this one up. All right, Dublin City Council, hit me. Lads. No. Not another secondary school pupils' deranged art project. What the hell is Christmas about this? It looked like something more from a Monty Python show. Hold on, let's do this correctly, shall we? What can I say? They're killing Christmas. They're killing Christmas. They want it gone. It's now a winter fest, just a winter thing. It just happens in winter because it's a winter thing. You see? It's bland, like wallpaper paste. It tastes of nothing. It looks like nothing. And I also have a lot of sympathy and empathy for my cousins over there in England, in the capital in London, where you have your much beloved, and I use that term loosely, Muslim Mayor Sadiq Khan. Yes, I think Sadiq Khan wouldn't be Christmas's biggest fan. And what have they done with the iconic Trafalgar Square Christmas tree? They're usually the beacon of the whole Christmas spirit in the whole of England. Well, this is this year's tree.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my English cousins, but that tree is a bit shit. So you see, it's not just over here in Ireland, it's also in the UK. They're killing Christmas. They're killing Christmas. They want it gone. We need to stand up and not let them take it away. If anybody says to you, happy holidays, look at them as if they're a complete and utter idiot, a moron, and wish them a very Merry Christmas in return. I'll leave you with this. A shout out to random person in Crumlin called Josie. Josie knows what's what and knows how to get that Christmas spirit on. This here is how you do Christmas lights.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.